I recently started adding all my supports for 3D printing using Blender, and in this video I want to show you how and why I use Blender. By the way, I'm specifically talking about Resin 3D printing in this video. So first off, the main reason why I use Blender is to have full control of where supports are added, and I make my designs available on my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I don't want people to add supports in an improper manner, resulting in the print failing. I want to include a pre-supported model that I've test printed, so people can just download and print without having to worry about adding any supports. Also, for example, when you have a building with a brick wall, most slicing programs will try to add supports between each brick, which you obviously don't want. You can remove it manually, or you can place all the supports manually, but then why not do it all in Blender and export it as the same STL file? So let me show you an easy method to add print supports in Blender. For demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use this model of a house I recently made. I have all the loose parts separated like this, and all it needs is supports to be able to print. Press tab to go into edit mode. Now just to make it easier, I'm gonna select the downpipe and separate it and / to focus on it so there's nothing in the way. You don't have to do this, it's just to make it easier to see. In edit mode, select the vertices or edges where you want to add supports and Shift D to duplicate them and P to separate them into a new selection. Then tab out of edit mode and select the mesh we just separated. Then tab to go back into edit mode. Now remove all the unwanted vertices and only keep the vertices where you would like to add a support. Next, I select all using the A key and hit X and delete only edges and faces. So I'm left with these 4 vertices, just like this. Next, E to extrude them down and move them away from the downpipe. And extrude again on the Z axis. And to make them all the same level, I scale them on the Z axis and hit 0. Just like that. Next, I extrude again and move it down like so. And extrude one final time. To get it the same level as the rest of the geometry, I enable snapping and use snap to vertex or edge. G, Z and snap to the edge. It's important that the supports are exactly the same level as the rest of the geometry, otherwise it won't make contact with the build plate of your printer. To minimize the amount of resin that will be used, I scale the supports closer together. Once satisfied, I convert it to a curve. This will allow us to easily add thickness. To do this, tab out of edit mode, then right click on your supports and choose convert to curve. Then go to the object data properties and scroll down to the geometry tab and increase the bevel depth. To scale the individual points, press Alt S. Just to make sure the supports make good contact with the surface, I move them up a small amount. I don't recommend that you use fill caps. Yes, it will fill the caps, but not correctly. I'll show you a better method. But first, one thing to watch out for. You don't want to scale these at the bottom, because you want to keep it flat. Make sure you have another set of points above and scale them together, if you want to scale or move them. Something like this. At this stage, once you are happy with the support, I recommend making a backup copy before converting it back to a mesh, just in case you want to change something later, because you can't convert it back to a curve. To fill the caps, I use this 3D printing add-on. It's really nice when you make models to 3D print. With the mesh selected, press check all and select non-manifold edges and hit F to fill them, just like that. Don't worry about intersecting faces, it won't affect the print. Now I bring back the rest of the model with /, select both and hit Ctrl J to join them. You don't have to separate it to add supports, but I did it to make it easier to see in the tutorial. And that's it. To export it to STL, select your model along with the supports, they don't have to be joined. Then go to File, Export and select STL. In the export menu, make sure to tick selection only. And if your exported model isn't the correct size, you can change the scale here. Then hit export. There are many methods to add all kinds of different supports for printing. This is just a method I've been using and had great success with. Let me know what you think of it. By the way, this is a new channel. I'm gonna upload many more videos about using Blender for resin 3D printing and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.